Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring you a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today we're back with another Marvel movie review. I just did a Marvel show review. I'm doing a lot of Marvel stuff, but I am playing Ghost of Tsushima. That review will probably be out Friday, this Friday, which is a week from my first impressions video when it came out. You guys can go check that out. It was like a short kind of review. Basically, I'm really liking it. I'm already almost done with it. Pretty much trying to 100% the game. But anyway, talking about a Marvel movie. I'm really like honestly like full out like I became a nerd more so than what I already was. I pretty much I fell in love with Marvel. I'm watching the Marvel shows. Gonna review those. Daredevil season 1 is up next. Um, doing every Marvel movie. I almost want to watch all the X-Men movies next. But anyway, Age of Ultron. People talked about it kind of being the worst Avengers movie, and every Marvel movie, even though it might not be as good, is still good and worth watching, and it fills a place. And that's what this movie is. It's good. It's worth watching. It fills a place in like the Avengers journey. Like the Avengers had another evil villain to go fight, and we get to see them on screen together once again. But it's not much of nothing we haven't seen already in the first Avengers movie. All right, this movie is about Ultron basically. The movie starts out with a badass Avengers fighting scene, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. But I did like it, and then it slows down a lot, in my opinion, and basically has Tony Stark feeling like he needs to create a. Was this before or after? I can't remember. Oh yeah, first there's also these two mutants, but they call them enhanced. It's basically Quicksilver. They never call them these names, but it's Quicksilver, I think. Basically the fast guy, and Scarlet Witch, which she uses like mind control things and like a bunch of weird looking electric shit. I don't know. Basically, she got powers, but her powers are like out there, and she makes people have visions early on, visions and hallucinations. Like Captain America sees. Oh yeah, I am spoiling this, by the way. If you're still watching and you're 2 minutes in, I did forget to say spoilers, but I'm spoiling these movies. Um, but yeah, Captain America gets some hallucinations. It sees his old girl, Agent Carter. I just did a review on that show. Um, Thor sees some stuff about Infinity Stones, and I'm pretty sure that sent him to go look for some of those. Uh, Tony Stark sees all of his friends dead, all the Avengers dead, and it kind of makes him want to. And he kind of knows what's coming from the first Avengers movie when he saw the aliens out there and with the nuke going through the portal, and it just basically they end up getting this little stone, an Infinity Stone, from Loki's scepter, and it has the basically completes the algorithm to an extremely smart AI, and Tony Stark uses this AI or tries to protect the world and use all of his Iron Man suits to have a shield around Earth. And basically, it goes bad. It turns into a bad robot. It goes through all the history of the United States or the world actually, and it's just war, and it hates us and wants us to be extinct. It has that extinction vibe, like Death Stranding. Like we need an extinction element to cause the world to die and then be reborn. But in this case, it was Ultron wanting the world to, everyone die, and it's just Ultron's world of metal. Um, and yeah, and then the movie just kind of drags in the middle a lot. I mean, we see some cool things, like we see some of Black Widow's past, which was cool. We find out Hawkeye has a family, which was really humanizing and cool that he had like kids. And Hawkeye got a lot of great fucking words and scripts and written, and he just basically had a bunch of good lines. That's what I was trying to say. Damn it. And a lot of good moments actually. Same with Quicksilver. They were Quicksilver. I'm spoiling this. He does die in the film, saving Hawkeye and a kid, because Hawkeye was going to save a kid. But if Quicksilver was running, this made no sense to me. Like it kind of took me out of the film of the death. His death was like it was sad. They hit the emotion right, kind of. But the man was running and he ran in front of some bullets, like for someone. Why did he just like push those people out of the way and keep going? Like he's super fast. Like what? You should have saw the way he was destroying shit. It just made no sense to me. Like they should have found a better way to kill him. It just seemed like they wanted to kill him and didn't know how. I didn't mind that he died, but they just did it in a really weird way. In a way that if he had like an ounce of a brain cell, he would be able to save himself plus those people, or just hit the guy with the gun. I guess the bullet already shot, but I don't know. Anyway, or no, it was a helicopter in the plane. Also, Vision's in the movie. Vision comes out. That was supposed to be Ultron's new body using one of the Infinity Stones. So Vision is Jarvis, the AI robot, um, downloaded into a body that has an Infinity Stone in it. So I have a feeling that Vision's gonna die sooner or later because Thanos is gonna want those stones, so he's gonna take it from him. But Vision was awesome, to be honest. He is very elegant, wise. He floats. There's a great scene in here of there's two great scenes. This movie has its comedy and its action on point. I'll give it that. Avengers movies do that. Marvel movies do that. Comedy and action. Everything else just kind of lacked for me. No lie. But a very funny scene where they're all trying to pick up Thor's hammer and no one can do it and they're fighting about it, and then Captain America kind of nudges it and Thor's face looks all serious and worried, and then later on Vision just hands it to him, hands Thor's hammer to him. And so Vision is his own guy. It's not Jarvis, but he's kind of like the opposite of Ultron. And overall, by the end of this, they're fighting an army of robots, just like they did with an army of aliens in the first Avengers. But this one, Ultron's plan to destroy the world, to cause an extinction, was to lift up a giant part of Earth, like a huge city, and fly it up in the air, and then drop it and create like a meteor blast to destroy the Earth. And that looks insanely cool. The destruction on that looks cool. When Hulk and Iron Man fight, they look really cool. They have a cool moment there. I keep saying the word cool, but it is cool. Hulkbuster is what Iron Man's Hulk fighting suit was called. A lot of little things. There's a lot of shit in this movie. It just kind of dragged for me at a lot of points. Hulk and Black Widow had a little bit of a relationship in here. Not a little bit. They had a full-on, basically, relationship in here. I do like that someone's there to calm Hulk down. I just didn't like the relationship for some reason. I don't know why. I couldn't give you a reason. I could just tell you I didn't like or buy the relationship. Hulk ends up just basically dipping out at the end. I don't know when we'll see him again, but he was really... Yeah, he was in the final fight, but he just, but he was gone by the end of it. And they welcomed some new Avengers, they welcomed Falcon from Captain America, Scarlet Witch, her brother, they're twins, Quicksilver's dead, so that gives her a little bit of a cool story. God, who else was the new people? I can't even think of the other new people. But, this movie was just kind of whatever. I didn't feel threatened by Ultron at all. A lot of people were complaining about Ultron making jokes. I don't know if it's the fact that they tried to make Ultron have humor, even though he's like an AI. It was just the fact that they tried to kind of make him like Loki, and I wanted him to be his own thing. And I guess he was. He's just an okay villain. This movie was just okay, and at some points dragged for me. And it's probably my least favorite to rewatch. And I say, if I rate something low, like Iron Man 2 was a 6 for me. Final verdict here is a 6 out of 10 for me. Age of Ultron. I wouldn't want to rewatch this too much, but it's still good. It's worth watching once. If you just love the Avengers coming together and you could watch all the Avengers movies in a row, like all four, that would be cool, I guess. But just, it wasn't nothing that, I don't know, it just didn't hit my sweet spot. Maybe it's just because I loved the first Avengers. I gave it a 10. This is just a 6 for me. It's fallen off. But yeah, next movie is Ant-Man. I don't know how much I'm looking forward to that. It's whatever. It's just going to be a little side story. I'll take it for what it is. But yeah, the action was good in this, like I said, and the comedy was on point. So at some points, it just really slowed for me. The plot overall just wasn't interesting. Like, the writing was good, but the plot itself of just Ultron just trying to destroy this world. And, the acting was good on Ultron. And Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver have an about face. I kind of forgot to talk about that. And I accept their about face. I understand it. At first, they were helping him, Ultron, because fuck Tony Stark. Then they realized Ultron wanted to destroy the entire world. That includes them. So they wanted to switch sides. Excuse me. But yeah, we see some Tony Stark, Captain America fights here. I thought this was going to lead up to Civil War in some way. But it really didn't. They ended off on okay terms. But in the end, this was all Tony Stark's fault. He created Ultron, and they did fix it, but they created a lot of destruction, fighting the Hulk, sending him off because he was creating too much destruction. And the city being lifted up because of Ultron, that's literally because Iron Man, Tony Stark made Ultron. Just being worried and paranoid about the planet, I think there was a lot of good quotes in this movie. I will say that, the writing is decent. It's pretty good. The writing is up there, too, with the jokes and the action, but it's not as good. It's just the plot and some of the pacing for me, and it's just, it's been done before. They did this last time. I'll stop repeating myself now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. This is a 6 out of 10 for me. Check out my Ghost of Tsushima review on Friday, and my next Marvel review is coming next week. Peace out.